trailer women? Well, who are you calling a trailer woman? A voice from the crowd yelled back defensively. Do you want to go to a funeral or what? Susan fired back without missing a beat, silencing the heckler instantly. Just calm down, please, Ricky begged, his hands raised in surrender. What are you talking about? Catch what? Catch what? Catch what? Chlamydia is catch what? Susan screamed at the top of her lungs, her voice echoing into the night. I am kicked out of my house because of you. You gave me a sexually transmitted disease, you piece of garbage, you cheating rotten magnet. We are done. We are done. Susan, hold on here. Ricky pleaded, desperation creeping into his voice. You listen to me right now. I did not be intimate with anybody else. Why would I? I love being with you. Oh, Susan scoffed, a bitter, sarcastic laugh escaping her lips. And you are living with someone? What, are you married? No, not exactly. But 16 years. Ricky, Julian muttered from the sidelines, rubbing his forehead in sheer embarrassment. What the heck? Susan? Ricky asked, his heart breaking right there in the middle of the crowd. I thought we loved each other or something here. I was actually going to ask you to marry me today. That is why everyone is here. Marry you? Susan shrieked, her eyes widening in disbelief and disgust. No, I will not marry you. Look at you. We were having a dumb physical relationship. It was low down, good, dirty intimacy, and then you ruined it all and ruined my life, you dirty person. She lunged forward, pushing Ricky hard in the chest. All right, that is enough, Ricky said, stumbling backward. You do not have to hit Ricky. Oh yeah? You have a sexually transmitted disease. Susan screamed, striking him again. All right, so was it you? Ricky yelled back, his own anger finally igniting as the pieces of the puzzle clicked together in his head. Yeah, it was you, you stupid woman. You are the one who cheated. You are the one who cheated. I did not sleep with someone else, so it is impossible that I gave it to you. You must have been with someone else. Oh, classic, Ricky, Susan sneered, her face inches from his. Turn it around on me like you always do. You know what? You are so messed up. You are stupid. You are overweight. You are dressed like an idiot. You want to know why, Ricky? Why? Because you are a loser. She turned on her heel, her head held high, and began marching back toward her car. You suck, Ricky yelled after her, tears stinging his eyes as the humiliation washed over him. You are a terrible person. Ricky, just let her go, buddy, Julian said softly, stepping forward to put a comforting arm around his devastated friend. It is for the best, buddy. You suck, Ricky yelled one last time, though the fight had completely drained from his voice. Better off without her, Julian assured him quietly. You all right? Yeah, I am fine, Ricky lied, staring blankly at the dust settling behind Susan's retreating car. You all right? Let us smoke a joint or something, Julian offered, trying to lighten the heavy mood. Smoke a joint. Get drunk. Come on, man. Ricky? No, I am good, Ricky mumbled, turning away from the crowd and walking slowly toward his trailer, his shoulders slumped in utter defeat. Piece of garbage. Jesus, she is wild, Bubbles whispered, watching the entire exchange with a mixture of horror and profound sadness. Oh, she is great, Ricky muttered sarcastically over his shoulder, disappearing into the dark doorway of his home. The party slowly dissolved after the explosive confrontation, the guests quietly drifting away into the night, leaving behind empty bottles and a lingering sense of melancholy. In the quiet aftermath, Leahy and Randy sat at a small, wobbly table inside their trailer, the large envelope of money sitting like a sacred artifact between them. Let us get the party going again, Leahy said, his voice slurred slightly from the alcohol he had consumed to calm his nerves. Everybody is hot with somebody kicking them. And what do you think, my sweet little goddess of liquor? He patted the bottle of whiskey affectionately, a crooked smile on his face. You know, you have no idea how much I missed you. What is that? Randy asked, leaning in close, his eyes focused entirely on the money. I totally agree. Watch your pansy out, Mr. Leahy. You should never have accepted those terms. Giving up half of our wages is way more than 25 grand. It is ridiculous. You have just not seen it, my beautiful Randy. Leahy chuckled, tapping the side of his head knowingly. Thank you, man. Sit down. Look, me and the liquor, we got it all figured out, buddy. Going to take a long time for Julian to rack up $25,000 from our wages, right? So meanwhile, we can take the 25 that we were going to give that beautiful bastard, and we can double or triple it. We just treat it like play money. What are you talking about? Randy asked, his brow furrowing in confusion. How would we double or triple it? Horse track, baby, Leahy declared triumphantly, his eyes gleaming with a reckless, desperate hope. We just sit back, and we let the liquor choose our horses. They got a great canteen at the track. Have not changed the grease in years. Outside, the cool night air had settled over the trailer park, wrapping the small community in a quiet stillness. Bubbles was standing by his brewing shed, quietly organizing his remaining bottles of Green Bastard India Pale Ale. Despite the disastrous end to Ricky's party, he found comfort in the simple, rhythmic task. Well, as messed up as today was, I actually did not do too bad, Bubbles thought to himself, counting the small stack of bills in his pocket. I am surprised. Just means I have got to sell more beer tomorrow, I guess. That is not too bad. He heard the crunch of gravel behind him and turned to see Julian emerging from the shadows. Julian looked even more tired and defeated than he had earlier in the day. Hey, buddy, Julian said softly, his voice devoid of its usual confidence. Listen, man, can I borrow a few beer off you? I have got Skylar coming over. She does not drink rum. She wants beer. So that is my problem now? Bubbles asked, crossing his arms defensively. That is a nice, wholesome name too, Julian. Where did you meet her? At the church rally? You got any beer for me or what? Julian pressed, irritation flashing in his eyes. Obviously I have beer, Bubbles sighed, his anger quickly melting into pity as he reached for a six-pack. All right, thank you. But the stuff is not free to make, you know. It still costs money. There is 6. Chill out. I will get you back, Julian muttered, taking the bottles. Chill out? Bubbles asked, his voice rising with a mixture of frustration and genuine concern. Well, how long do you plan on living like this? It is just a few beer, man, Julian argued weakly, looking away. Oh yeah, it is a few beer and then it is this, Bubbles countered. Before Julian could respond, the screen door of Ricky's trailer squeaked open, and Ricky stepped out onto the porch. He looked utterly hollow, the emotional toll of the day finally catching up to him. Hey boys, Ricky called out, his voice hoarse. I ran out of whiskey. Any chance you guys could lend me $20 for some booze? I need to get messed out of my head, and I am only about a quarter of the way there right now. Sorry, buddy, Julian replied gently, shaking his head. I got nothing, and I would get drunk with you tonight, but I got to check him over, so. That is cool. Ricky nodded slowly, staring down at his boots. I kinda want to be by myself right now anyway. Bubbles, can you help me out, please? Bubbles stood motionless, staring at his 2 oldest, dearest friends. He looked at Julian, clutching borrowed beer to entertain a woman he barely knew, desperate to maintain the illusion of control. He looked at Ricky, bleeding, heartbroken, and asking for money to drink away the pain of a life built on lies and petty crimes. A profound, overwhelming sadness washed over Bubbles. It was a sadness born of love, a deep, abiding love that could no longer tolerate watching them destroy themselves. Jesus Christ, Bubbles whispered, the tears suddenly welling up in his eyes, blurring the neon lights of the distant city. You guys are messed up, both of you. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, half-empty flask of whiskey he kept for emergencies. Here, look out, Ricky, Bubbles said, his voice trembling as he walked over and handed the flask to his friend. Look out.